if you get a little nervous or excited or you don't know what to do, it's normal, right? Everyone has it, and that's what's fun about this journey. All right, my friends, the Ultimate OD Podcast. I'm going to share with you a look inside my head as I'm growing the practice, expanding all the hats I'm wearing. It weighs on you, but I'm finding the positive. I want you to see what I'm going through 13 years in. If you're just starting, this is the episode you need to listen to. It will give you a great perspective on what the journey is going to look like. And if you think there's light at the end of the tunnel, it's just a train coming down the tracks, my friends. We have the closing thought of the episode. This is the Ultimate OD Podcast. Here we go. All right, my friends, a little bit of office talk. Well, before I go to the office talk, I just again want to say thank you for all the people reaching out, sending emails. I love feedback. Sometimes I do this and I think I'm just talking to air or a camera, which I am. But when I get feedback from you and you tell me that a little bit of what I do is helping you in some way, shape, or form, it makes it more worthwhile for me. Now, again, I'm not going to lie to you. I do this for myself because it helps me focus my thoughts, helps me be a better doctor. I'm also better at presenting, talking to patients, talking to people because I do this. That being said, I do like to pay it forward. I like to help each other out, and iron sharpens iron. So please keep reaching out, talk to me, and let's get after it. So let's get after some office talk. I'm not starting another office. I'm expanding my office. We've talked about this quite a bit, but the rubber's hitting the road. We got the construction schedule. I'm getting quotes. The numbers are escalating. This is not a cheap endeavor. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's not the first office I've built. I've went through the process before. I've had a second office. I've closed that second office. But this one's a little different. It's the biggest one I'm going to do. I'm doing it all out. Like, nice optical, nice furniture. In the past, I've taken shortcuts. IKEA furniture, IKEA like counters and desktops. The people building out were like friends. So they weren't like, they're professionals, but it's a one-man crew doing my whole office, right? Well, this is going to be a more legit job and a place I'm going to be in for a while. 4 exam lanes, 2 of my med spas, so IPL rooms, treatment rooms. You know, we got the multiple doctors in there, huge optical, trying to do it right, trying to take everything I've learned from the past 13 years and put it into one awesome office. And with the mindset that once I get that figured out, once I get that, I have the blueprint for more. Okay? Well, when I'm doing this, I can sense myself feeling the stress, right? I'm not going to lie to you. It's something that's, when you're looking at those bills coming in, it's, you know, $200,000 to $300,000 project. Ooh. Get you a little bit worried about the future, or not worried, just it's a lot, right? It's a big investment. You think about opportunity cost. What could I be doing with that money versus this? And honestly, I'm going to get way more out of this investment into this office than I would in anything else. Put it in the market, put it somewhere else, you know, is what it is. But that being said, doesn't make it any less scary, right? Any less nerve-wracking. And I sense myself just getting a little wired. And I told my wife, like, hey, this is coming up, and I know what's going to happen. I'm going to be trying to see patients, trying to grow my dry eye center, trying to develop my managers, picking out flooring, picking out, cabinets, frames, designs, making all these decisions. And I kind of like it. I kind of love it, but I kind of am like, I'm never working on what I want to. I know it's coming, and it still hits me hard. So why do I share this with you? Not because I want anything to change. It's just that I've done this multiple times and I still get that nervous excitement, right? If you're thinking about starting a practice, you don't even have anything to look back on and tell yourself, oh, I know I'll get through this because I've done it before. This is all new to you. I've done this. I know what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to come through on the other side. I know my worst case scenario, how I can get lean and mean and make it work, right? So I want to share this with you as just full transparency of what I'm going through, what I'm thinking about, but let you know if you're going through this, if you're thinking about having an expansion, buying a piece of equipment, if you get a little nervous or excited or you don't know what to do, it's normal, right? Everyone has that, and that's what's fun about this journey. That's why we do what we do. This is the entrepreneurial lifestyle, laid back, because honestly, our risk is way less than someone starting a restaurant, way less than someone starting a tech firm in Silicon Valley, right? We have a very good ROI on what we do. We are like, banks want to invest in us. I'm talking to 3 different banks trying to get the best rate, best terms, and they're all like, yeah, with your revenue, with your income, with your credit, your shoe-in, right? We are who people want to invest in. So, I'll keep you updated, but just know that it's never going to feel like a home run. I don't care. Like, honestly, I was talking to my wife, when we look at the money that we've saved up to prepare for this, we're fine. Doesn't make me feel any better, because at that point, the money's gone and invested. You still have to put up and show up every day. That gives me juice. That makes me want to be better at my craft. But the last episode that we did last week, I talked about the recipe for success is showing up every single week and being consistent to get rid of the noise and do 3 things extremely well. You know what I mean? That's my recipe for success. That's how I'm going to get through this. That's how I got here, right? And as I add that new doctor, as we grow and expand, I'm telling you right now, it's going to get easy, and I'm going to look for more struggle, and I'm going to do this again. And I might be right on this microphone, hopefully in 5 years or less, telling you, what? I'm expanding, I'm starting another office, and I'm nervous, excited again. It's getting a little crazy. It's getting a little hectic. But I know what I want to do. I'm setting up the processes I need to have in place to grow and expand. Managers, people that can run what I don't want to, and we'll go from there. So that's been really cool. That's fun. Also, I have changed my schedule. So I used to be open 9 to 7, 9 to 6, 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to noon. All right. And I would see about comprehensives. I see more exams than this, but I'd see about 76 to 78 exams. Well, when you're as busy as we've been, our fill rate's been out of this world. It's been like 85 to 90%. Awesome. We're doing great, but it gets wearing. And that 9 to 7 was just kind of wearing on me. So I cut the schedule back, and I scheduled how I'm going to see patients when I have another doctor. Mondays and Tuesdays are my primary care days. Wednesdays and Thursdays, do a little bit of primary care, but focus on my specialty, my medical-only stuff. And then Fridays right now are another primary care day. I'm going to eventually be done Fridays. Thursday afternoons to eventually all of Thursday will be admin. I'm working on the practice rather than in it. So I have 2 days of primary care, 1 day of specialty stuff. And as I grow the specialty, I might have 2 days of specialty, 1 day of primary care. I'll adjust and go. It comes down to a dollars and cents thing. But what I've done, because I know how I want to see patients, I've made it incredibly efficient. Well, I cut off a whole hour of the schedule. I'm seeing 77 comprehensives, right? Awesome. I am seeing 3 patients an hour roughly, so I have more time to spend with the patient. In the litmus test of where we're having a better capture rate. We're having more of our supplements and dry eye products and, advanced therapies bought into because I have time to explain the why to the patient. We operate under the assumption sometimes that we have to be so busy to be successful. You can do it another way. And I'm seeing a ton of managed care, right? You can do this very, very well if you do it with a purpose, do it with a plan. So, again, sharing it with you because I guarantee you can be more efficient in how you see patients and what you're doing. You have to make the decision and jump all in, right? I'm notorious in my office for saying, okay, we're going to do this, map it out, we're going to start it off in June. And then I start seeing patients. I'm like, why am I not doing this now? And rip off the Band-Aid and we make it happen now. So what was going to happen in June is happening beginning of mid-January, 100% in February. And you know what? My staff made it happen. I explained to them the why. I showed them that it would be easier. Now, again, there's a level of trust. Because I've done this the past year with the dry eye stuff, they trusted me on this and it worked. So build some credibility. When you make a decision, when you make a change, you have to see it through. Be consistent. You consistently do that, then your staff will trust you when you make more changes. All right, just my observation, but if you show them you're worth following, they will follow you. All right, so that's two big things that's happening in my world right now. I'm so thankful for this profession. Like every day I wake up and I realize that there's so many things that we can do and you can make it your own and you can run a business. You can see patients. You can be uber nerdy science doctor. You can be uber entrepreneurial, business person. You can do both. It's exciting. In March, I'm part of the P3 group. I'm headed to Phoenix to talk to other practice owners that are doing what I'm doing, that are bigger offices. And I'll tell you this right now, as I've introduced myself to them via email, as we've started email chains, I've leveled up. I am no longer a big fish in a small pond. I am the smallest fish. And when you surround yourself with people you aspire to be, you yourself will level yourself up. I always want to be the dumbest person in the room. Well, right now I'm putting myself in that position. I had a great year last year. We've grown. I share all my knowledge with you because I've been there, but these are people that have done what I want to do in the next 10 years already. I cannot wait to rub elbows with them, pick their brains, and see how I can make it to the next level quicker by learning from their wisdom, from their mistakes, from their successes, their failures. And again, I'm going to come right back and I'm going to share it right with you. So stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of fun this year. We'll have more for you next week. Where has the time gone? We are to the closing thought of the episode. And today I will leave you this quote from Viktor Frankl. I believe he wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning. I haven't read it because it seems like it's very heavy. I am wanting to at some point in my life, but right now, just not the vibe I'm going for. Trying to stay up, but inspiration nonetheless. He said, when a man can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. When you can't find a deep sense of meaning, you distract yourself with pleasure. Life is better when you are going after a passion, you have a purpose. When you don't have that, you fill it with a lot of nonsense and things that don't matter. The older I get, for better or worse, I find myself bringing my world narrower and narrower and getting rid of a lot of the noise. And you know what? I'm happier for it. So take that for what you will, depending on where you're at in your journey. It may mean different things to you now. It may mean different things to you later. But when you don't have a deep sense of meaning, you distract yourself with pleasure. Where are you spending your time? What are you doing with your life? That's what I have for you. Dr. Lilly out.